Now the moment we've all been waiting for.
I am Nate Riggle, and you are listening to The Way of the Bonfire. All right, I got another one from The Power of Truth, the book by William George Jordan, written in 1902. I shared a principle on the last episode, number 43. This is episode number 44, and it seems like more in the past, like the further you go back. Maybe I am romanticizing it a little bit, but it seems like people are a little more careful with the combinations of words, and they kind of sat with the sentences and the things that they wrote for a little bit longer in some of these older works. And again, it's just a book about truth, and just every chapter is just a really interesting concept. This chapter that I want to share a principle from today is called The Conquest of the Preventable. And in it, he says, let each individual bear his part as faithfully as though all the responsibility rested on him, yet as calmly, as gently, and as unworried as though all the responsibility rested on others. I think this is an important concept. There's so many people out there right now. I think it comes from Epictetus, which is one of the Stoic philosophers. This concept of nobody's coming to save you. You're all on your own. And everybody just loves like that part of the Epictetus thing. But if you read in Epictetus, he's saying the same thing. He like everybody just focuses on it's all up to you. But Epictetus says, no, there's a social responsibility. We're interdependent, but we must also be independent. Let each individual bear his part as faithfully as though all the responsibility rested on him, yet as calmly, as gently, and as unworried as though all the responsibility rested on others. Let the individual say each day as he rises, new created to face a new life, today no one in the world shall suffer because I live. I will be kind, considerate, careful in thought, in speech, and act. I will seek to discover the element that weakens me as a power in the world, and that keeps me from living up to the fullness of my possibility. That weakness I will master today. I will conquer it at any cost. When any failure or sorrow comes to the individual, he should be glad if he can prove to himself that it was his fault, for then he has the remedy in his own hands. Lying, intrigue, and jealousy are never remedies that can prevent an evil. It is like trying to put out a fire by pouring kerosene on the flames. There are no solo parts in the eternal music of life. Each must pour out his life in duo with every other. Bam. It's not just up to you. There is an individual element. We want to conquer our weaknesses. We don't want to be a burden unnecessarily. Like, we're going to be a burden to people. That happens. And that's why we're all in it together. As Ram Dass said, we're all just walking each other home. I don't like the idea that we're just this whole thing. I think it's just because a lot of people are seeing some entitlement in the world, and people saying, "Oh, yeah, I deserve this," or they didn't listen to the fact that, like in that Jim Croce song, they didn't listen to the fact that I was a genius. My dad would love that song, or they don't see what I've done. They owe me, or I should not have to do so much work to have these things. It should just be brought to me as a human decency. And so that's, I think it means well why people are saying no one's coming to save you. It's only up to you. Just say the other half of it too then. Say, no one's coming to save you because they're already here to help you. They already have come. All the things that we need are in abundance around us. We can't seize them unless we do something. And that might not be a 50-50 halfway meeting to get to it. We do have to do something. And we all are in duo with God, with each other, with all of the other people in our lives. Nobody lives in a vacuum. No man is an island. Go get 'em. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode. I love the chance to make your day better in some way, whether that ends up being just a quick reset that you needed to change things up, or even just a laugh or some fresh perspective. If you're getting value out of it, can you please do me a favor and share it with someone else? Because as more people find and listen to the show, I'm able to bring more good stuff more often. It is the fuel to the bonfire. Also, I'd love to hear your feedback and any thoughts or ideas or questions you have so we can be more connected and make the show even better with your input and your inspiration. The quickest way to do that is to send a message to my Instagram handle at Way of the Bonfire, which is also included in the show notes. And if you just want to avoid accidentally scrolling on social media, you can send me an email at nate@wayofthebonfire.com. And you know it, but make sure you click that follow button so you can catch new episodes as soon as they're available. Keep tending the bonfire, and we'll see you on the next one.